Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Elvis, the new film from iconic Australian filmmaker Baz Luhrmann, and was filmed at Warner Brothers Studios next to Movie World here on the Gold Coast. So let's talk about my thoughts about this movie. As you know from the title of this video, I truly believe Elvis brings a lot of energy to the tired musical biopic genre. Straight Outta Compton got this new wave of films started off well, and while Bohemian Rhapsody is a little divisive, it was very successful. Rocketman continued that, and then after that, we got a ton of these films, so much so that they all just feel like the same movie. Is Elvis perfect? No, it has its flaws, but surprisingly, Baz Luhrmann injects so much energy into this movie. I'm going to be honest, I've never really been a big fan of Baz Luhrmann's style. I think The Great Gatsby is okay, and I think Moulin Rouge is good. Everything else I've seen from him, I have absolutely hated with a passion. I get that so many people love his iteration of Romeo and Juliet, but I hate that movie so much. The reason I don't like his style is because he throws so much in your face. He injects rap music into a period piece and it just comes off really cringy. He hits you with rapid cuts and shoves so much into your face that to me none of it comes off as impressive and it just feels boring by the end.
Oh God, what is this? I feel like I'm on acid or something.
Elvis might be my favorite movie of his because I think at times he feels a little restrained, and because of it, he injects just the right amount of energy into this movie. I've always thought if anyone were to direct an Elvis biopic, it would be him, because Elvis had that crazy life that was so full of energy and controversy, which led to him being the icon that still lives on today. I think the most impressive thing about this film are the concert scenes, the reactions of the crowd basically orgasming when he shakes his leg, captures how much of a promiscuous move that was in the time, and captures how much so many people disapproved of his stage presence. I absolutely love those scenes, and I really think they are worth the price of admission alone. Some of the shots looked absolutely incredible too. I mean, I'm starting to think no one can shoot fireworks like Baz Luhrmann can. We all know that iconic shot from The Great Gatsby with the fireworks behind Leonardo DiCaprio, and there's a shot in Elvis where fireworks are going off above him, and it looks amazing and was by far my favorite shot in the film. These shots with the concert scenes feel already a whole lot better than most biopic films, as most in this genre feel lifeless in terms of their style, and don't manage to capture the excitement that the stars they portray had. Now let's talk about the real elephant in the room here and go into the performances. They are without a doubt the best and worst parts to this movie. Now the best part was of course Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. The only thing I have seen him in previously was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as Tex. He has a great scene with Brad Pitt, but he was definitely not the star of that movie. In this, he has a breakout performance and absolutely bodies this role. Everyone has seen the many Elvis impersonators out there. Some good, some bad. Austin Butler becomes Elvis. His voice is indistinguishable from Elvis, and the fact that Austin Butler was actually singing with only small parts being spliced in from Elvis's songs was really impressive. The dance scenes and the energy that Luhrmann captures also get credited to Butler as well. When he is dancing, it feels so full of life, and it is really exciting to watch because of that. Now we go into the bad part, which was Tom Hanks's performance as Colonel Tom Parker. And I think he gives one of his worst performances ever. Tom Hanks is a great actor and always will be, but this performance feels like a little bit of a parody. The accent just feels off, and it does feel very distracting, especially in the first half of the movie, where he's spending a lot of time narrating. As it goes further into the film, he gets a little better, but for me, most of the time, every time his character was on screen, it took away a lot of the great things that this film offers.
What is this accent? It sounds familiar.
Another thing that this film messes up is both the editing and the pacing. Honestly, I was expecting to give this criticism to this movie before I even saw it, because every Baz Luhrmann film has that problem. He wants to go at a breakneck speed all the time, and that can feel exhausting after a while. And that is especially apparent here. Elvis is clocking in at about 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and that is as pretty much exhausting as it sounds. The third act ran way too long, and it could have ended a little earlier than what it did. In terms of the editing, it jumps right into being a Baz Luhrmann film from the jump. You get an IV bag turning into a building and turning into a Ferris wheel with swiveling camera movements all over the place that just disorient the hell out of you. It is very messy and it feels laughable, and because of this, I don't think the film gets off to the strongest start. However, at the same time, I can applaud this movie for attempting to be creative and add more than what other biopics have in the past. I mean, I'd probably have a weird movie that attempts to be stylish rather than one that plays it safe the whole time and feels boring. I just tore apart Jurassic World Dominion for being an absolute generic bore. At least this is trying to hit a home run, and sometimes it missed, but at other times it really hits and it really works. I'm glad I saw Elvis. It shakes up the biopic formula, and I think that this may be my favorite Baz Luhrmann film just because of how fun it is. I don't love all of this, it's not perfect, but it's also probably my favorite musical biopic now because of how exciting this feels for the whole runtime. Austin Butler is Oscar worthy here, and I can't wait to see what film he does next. I'm going to give Elvis a 4 out of 5. I wouldn't mind watching this again, and I'm glad that Baz Luhrmann injected the right amount of energy into this to make it stand out and feel a little more memorable. I feel like this film would be a whole lot worse than what it was if we didn't have someone behind the film who really wants to capture the excitement that Elvis Presley did have when he was alive. Thank you for watching the video. I would love to hear your thoughts on this movie, as I think some people will really love it and some people will really not like it. Tell me your thoughts below and we can discuss the film further. Also, remember to like and subscribe. I'll be making a review on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show next, so look forward to that and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.